Back to San Diego, people. I'm Sandra Moss. Today we are sitting down with the San Diego Rescue Mission talking about an upcoming event to raise awareness about homelessness. And here with me now is Brent Hyden. He's pastor of the New Vision Fellowship Christian Fellowship Church. Also, Herb Johnson, CEO of the San Diego Rescue Mission, continues with us this morning. Welcome and thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about what this program is. It gives people an opportunity to feel what it's like to not have a roof over their heads at night.
Well, it's really an educational piece to talk about homelessness, and so it's a way that San Diego can have a non-threatening way to kind of learn the educational part of that, and also learn ways that we can functionally help people in San Diego that are homeless. So there's some experiential booths. There's some things that we can do to help the homeless community, and ways that you can help engage in the homeless community in a safe way. So this is just mostly an educational and an awareness sort of piece for the San Diego Rescue Mission.
And this will be the 9th year, this event. When does it happen, and can anyone attend?
October 10th, it's at Liberty Station. You can go onto our website. I want to emphasize that this is a safe and secure event. You're not sleeping with homelessness. We have security. We have a secure environment. It's totally contained. This is 9 years we've had it, and it's amazing that we give to these youth group, and in turn bringing them into the face of homelessness.
And we're looking at some pictures now. These are some of the younger people that are participating in a previous year's program. What is the night all about, Pastor?
Well, we get a chance to show up, and they provide some cots for us to be out, and we get a chance to work through a series of booths. You get like a little passport, and then I can lead my youth group through all these different booths that talk about homelessness. Here's agencies that help. Here's a care kit. There's a place that you can make care kits for the homeless. There's a place that you can knit hats for kids on the street. There's a place that you can do pillowcases. So there's all these different experiential things that really educate our youth group on what homelessness is and how we can get involved.
And what kind of feedback do you get from these young people who have gone through this evening of this event?
Yeah, our kids enjoy it. I mean, they look for it every year. Kids ask me about it months before it starts. Hey, when are we going to do the homeless Sleepless in San Diego? And so they get a chance to be a part of something that they take with them for the rest of the year. It kind of disarms people on here's the things that people misunderstand about homelessness, and here's simple ways that you can be an effective help towards the homeless community. And so this kind of gives them a thing, like some of the kids even make care kit packages, and maybe we'll even carry them in their backpacks throughout the year, because they learned to do that at Sleepless. And now when they're driving down the street and they see somebody on the street corner, they tell their mom, hey, can you roll down the window, Mom? I want to hand a care kit to somebody. And so it kind of started way back there, where they learned about homelessness. Here's some really simple ways that you can help the homeless population in a safe way, and here's some things that you can do as a group. So our group bonds together. We get a chance to bring our whole church out, so old and young, everybody can stay out that night and kind of fellowship together while we're doing something that's educational and meaningful at the same time.
And it's great to educate people about homelessness. What would you say, Herb, is the biggest misconception? When we think of homeless people, we typically think of troubled people, people with mental problems, but there are everyday people that have just been unlucky that probably wind up at the shelters too, right?
Well, I think everybody thinks that this is an alcohol or a drug issue, or that people are just lazy. They don't want to work. And let me tell you, the homeless population looks just like Brent, you, and me. They have people who made a couple of bad turns, lost a job, couple of health-related things or personal issues, and boom, they're in a place where they just can't get themselves out of.
And I would imagine those are the people that are you're able to help and never see back at your shelter again, right? Once they get their feet on the ground, they can probably figure it out, unlike some of these other people that have the mental issues or the drug issues.
Yeah, I think what you got to do is restore the person's self-dignity, and then they go from there. But we give them the tools so they can go there, at least aware of where they made their pitfalls before.
Do you think San Diego is, I know your church is very involved, but do you think San Diego groups are doing enough to tackle the issue of homelessness? I know San Diego and Santa Barbara have some of the largest homeless populations in the state, thanks to our great weather and by the beach and that sort of thing, and we're hospitable to the homeless. But are we doing enough to help?
I don't know if we can ever say that we're doing enough. I think we do what we're called to do, and I think we do what we're able to do. So I know the needs can be overwhelming, but it's kind of like you just see what's in front of you and what your church is able to handle, what your community is able to handle. Like helping one person on an off ramp that's holding up a sign that might not fix the almost 10,000 homeless individuals in San Diego, but maybe you can at least encourage them, share some love, share some joy. In my experience in ministry, a lot of the time, the people just need personal relationships. It's not just about what they don't have as far as resources. They just need human contact. And so this is just a great way with Sleepless to teach how we can do simple that can impact somebody so deeply in such a small amount of time. And so it's just been a really great thing. So I think there's always things that we can do, and we're always trying to come up with new ways. I know the rescue mission is always coming up with new ideas and new ways that they can tackle the problem and address the current issues. But
I know that you mentioned people, panhandlers on the streets. I did a little bit of volunteering with some homeless organizations, and I was always told, don't give them a handout. Give them a card that tells them where to go, that they can get help. Is that your advice?
Well, we hand out our cards, and in general, you got to make a personal decision. But I tell you, giving them money is generally not a great idea. Nobody's starved to death on the streets of San Diego. But if you want to give them a certificate for a fast food place or a bottle of water or an energy bar or a pack of Kleenex or something that they can use right away, and a kind word and a direction of go to the rescue mission or other providers, that's a lot better investment than handing somebody a couple of bucks and you really don't know where it's going to land.
You're getting a lot of support from the Urban Youth Collaborative, but what about other organizations? Are you trying to find more people to help you out? Are you always looking for volunteers and always looking for donors?
We always are looking for volunteers, and this season is fast upon us, and Thanksgiving, a week before Thanksgiving and a week before Christmas, we'll do congregate feedings at our place, which means we'll take the street population in. Those events will get us 2,600 people through our system in about 5 or 6 hours. So go online, look for ways to volunteer. We really run our business on the backs of the volunteers that come in and support us. We couldn't afford to pay for all the services that we provide to this population.
And for the people, I know you mentioned that you're on Elm Street in downtown San Diego. Do you get people from all over the county, though?
Yes, we take people from all over the county. We're downtown. We're not exclusively downtown. We get a feed from all over the county.
And of all the different events or volunteer work that your church does, what are some of the most satisfying stories that you hear when it comes to these types of events?
Well, I've got a number of those kind of stories, but some ones that are really personally connected with the San Diego Rescue Mission is that we actually have a number of volunteers that are now working in our church, serving San Diego at large, working in youth organizations, and they've come through and been a product of the San Diego Rescue Mission.
Our clients.
Yeah, clients that have come through the mission, and now they're functioning. They've got jobs. They've taken care of their criminal records, and they're productive members of society. And so that's a really cool thing for us to partner with the Rescue Mission in that way, because that we're able to work together and see both sides of that equation kind of get solved. One person at a time, one family at a time, one relationship at a time.
Coming full circle, seeing that success. That's a great thing.
Brent brought with him a guy today who was in our program just a little over a year ago.
Over a year ago.
Part of his staff now.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. Pastor Hyden, thanks so much for being here. And Herb, you're going to stick around for another segment, because when we come back on San Diego People, we're going to continue our conversation about the San Diego Rescue Mission and talk about some of the funding, where it comes from, and how you can help.